So I have a couple of decals that I just cut, and I was going to put this trying to put this on this glitter tumbler. And so what we're going to do, it's not going to take long, but I need to get this decal on, and I kind of wanted it to have a little bit of shimmer to it instead of just being white. Just white vinyl. So this is glitter HTV, and so the glitter is real subtle, sort of like the glitter in this cup. It's been sanded, so that's why it's a little bit dull right now. And then this is not on the cup. This is just some washi tape that I'm using for spacer, so that I know if my decal is straight. I also have this one here that is very intricate. Like Angela says, the HTV is a really great option because a lot of this stuff would not have cut out in regular vinyl. And this one is for my sister-in-law. And so it's going to go in a skinny 20. And you can see why I needed it so small. But how cute is that going to be? This was my first mica beach tumbler. And it's been sitting here for months waiting on me to get in a decal state of mind and get this on here. So this little part was extremely difficult to weed in this HTV, and this is glitter HTV, so it's a little bit thicker. So I don't think I would have been able to do this in regular white vinyl. I'm not that good of a decal. So I have been off and on trying to make this decal for no joke 4 months now. I cannot get in a decal state of mind. I don't know. I'd rather just make pretty cups, and who needs a decal, right? So this is white glitter HTV. Let's see. I'm pretty sure I bought it at a local craft shop. We have our own in our small town. We have a vinyl shop. It's really thick, and I don't know if you could see the glitter in there. So I cut out the decals with the Cricut. I designed it, and so now I'm going to use heat to put this on. So this is just some washi tape that I felt was a good width, just so I can eyeball to get this straight. I think that's my biggest fear of these decals, is if you mess up the decal, you mess up the cup. So she didn't want anything fancy. I offered to dip this in marbles. I offered to do, an ombre. She just wanted turquoise glitter. I said, well, this is about as turquoise as I have. Okay, so I don't want to heat this washi tape, so I'm going to pull it off carefully. This cup's been cured for many, many days because I've been putting this off. That S was not part. I had to borrow that S from a different font. I think it's alright. Okay. So, when you do the heat, you can, some people use their heat gun. I bought this for when I did dog neckerchiefs. This was what I started out doing dog neckerchiefs with, and I realized I needed something larger. So this is a Petit Iron. I got it at Michael's. I was able to use the coupon, and it has a setting 1 through 4. So I used the 4 on this. And so what you will want to know when you do this is when you put the heat on, you can do a couple of things. You can use a regular iron, but you're going to want to definitely on the regular iron put something over it to try to mask that, so it's not completely straight on there. This one, I think I've just done it straight on here because this doesn't get as hot as a regular iron. Okay, so one thing you're going to want to know is you're not going to want to squish it. If you squish it, it's going to start to try to move underneath you, and that's bad. Okay, so I'm just going to apply pressure. And I'm using FX Premium Epoxy. So it should be able to withstand this heat, according to the label. But I've done this, I believe I've done this with aluminite. I started with aluminite. And I believe it did just fine too. You're probably going to want to make sure your cup has been curing for a couple of days. You wouldn't want it to still be tacky at all. So I'm just pressing down. So think about when you have your heat press and you're putting stuff on a shirt. It's the pressure that helps it to adhere. So remember, don't squish your hand around a lot. Pick up and go back straight down. First cap I made, I used HTV on, and it was a Navy Corpsman cup, and it was aluminite, and I could see, because because it was the navy blue painted cup, I could see the adhesive coming out from underneath each letter. I have 2 easy presses and a t-shirt press that I never use, but I don't think I can use any of those. And I forgot where this glitter came from. I think it was Glitter Emergency. She just wanted turquoise glitter. So you could probably count, but you just want to make sure that it's not moving around on you any. Because, see like how that's not adhered down, so if I was to scooch this at all, this decal might get out of line. So I want to make sure it's down enough so that the epoxy doesn't get up underneath it, just like a regular vinyl decal. The only thing I noticed about this glitter HTV is it does kind of lose some of its sparkle under the epoxy. So I might add just a sprinkle of Colin to the epoxy just to give the whole thing some shebang, because we like shebang. Okay, so now you can see so it's on the cup enough to where it's not on the transfer tape anymore, but you can obviously see that's not down. So I don't want to just stick this on here, so that's when I'm going to get that towel and try to feel around, make sure I get it all the way. Your mini iron, yeah, I've seen those mini irons too. I almost got one, but Joanne wouldn't let me use the coupon on it, so this is a Petit Iron that I got at Michael's. So now I just want to go over it just to make sure, because I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention. I'll probably go back over it after our live here. So that is HTV, and so when you have a more intricate cut, or your some of the vinyl, at least in our small town, I can't get real pretty vinyl and just regular 651, so I can get pretty vinyl in HTV though. Yeah, it probably would work. I've seen people have the full-size house iron on it, you know. So I want to make sure that I go back over it. But if your base is not, if you're not careful, you can kind of see, like, yeah, I can see the adhesive seeping out from underneath that just a little bit. And so if your base was really boring, because we have boring, it was just one solid color, then that adhesive might show up a lot worse. Let me go get flip-flops. So this was one of our very first cups that Davey and I made. And of course it was a spray painted cup, and it was a metallic spray painted cup, which we've learned a lot since then. But you can see some of the adhesive that kind of squirted out from underneath the letters. I use the same little iron. This was aluminite, but I didn't have any gold. Any gold vinyl, so I had to use that. Alright, so this will make or break the cup if I don't get this even. Which I'm not a big fan of this cup. It was pretty, but then I saw Meg and them do prettier ones. So now I want to do some with some extra water and clouds and stuff in there. Alright, so made the top a little bit straighter. Let's see here. So I think I want to put this part on the back. This is where I accidentally, and spilled some. But if I do here, yeah, that might work. What do y'all think? Looks pretty straight. So I really don't want to make sure that I don't squish. I just want to go straight down. So I usually wait. I'm not in a big rush when I do caps, so I usually wait a good day before I epoxy. I think I've epoxied over these within like an hour, and it was fine as long as it's down really well. But I have made the mistake of trying to like get squished down and messing up the placement. But I do like the HTV because I don't get bubbles. I always get bubbles in my vinyl. So the HTV really helps that. In my Cricut, I have a maker, but it does not like to cut, even with the new blade, stuff this small. And if you're using an epoxy that does not have a high heat rating, you might test this out because it's possible that the iron could melt your epoxy. Let's see if I've got it all down. I need to eat. Didn't know I was a little bit shaky until I started coming on here. So I've been working on this decal since like March. The original one that I had said, I'm in a flip-flop state of mind. But she wanted it to say, get in a flip-flop state of mind. So that meant I had to go and pick font. And I take forever to pick font. I don't know about you guys. There's just way too many choices. This is called a Petit Iron, and I got it at Michael's in the sewing section, and I was able to use the 40% off coupon. May have been like a 50% because I bought a lot of stuff around Christmas. because around Christmas they're going to throw those 50% coupons out like candy. So if you guys can wait until November to buy stuff, like micas and all that, you'll still have a little bit of extra money because those coupons are flowing like candy. So you want to be careful when you're pulling it, because you might not get it laid back down in the right spot. Oop, my flip is flipping. So of course, if you're not on a live, you can pay a lot better attention to what parts you're getting. And you can probably have a better way to hold it. I'm just trying to hold it right up on the camera where I can see the camera too. Alright, so everything is off the transfer sheet. That does not mean it's completely on the cup. So I'll go back through with the towel and get that heated a little bit more to make sure it's all the way on the cup. And I'll turn my iron off. So this goes from 1 through 4. So I just turn it on 4. And it does have an auto shut off. So if you turn it on and go make your decals and you come back, it probably shut itself off. So you gotta heat it back up again. So those were my two. This was glitter HTV. It's a lot thicker than regular vinyl, so it cuts these more intricate. That turned out really good. So yeah, so that was some HTV. Put it on with heat. But again, I love it because I don't get bubbles like I do in my HTV. It's not for everything. I don't think I would layer. I might put down a base of something with HTV and then layer some 651 on top. I'm not positive, but I definitely wouldn't layer HTV on HTV because it is so thick. It's probably going to take a good two coats of epoxy to make sure I cover it. It's possible I could get all this in one, but I wouldn't be surprised if I went in and there was one tiny little spot showing. So, yeah.